And welcome, everyone. It is I, your host, Pop Culture Mechanic. Please call me Pop for short. And yes, a 2 year celebration. Wow, sure doesn't feel like it's been 2 years already. But man, sure has a lot happened, that's for sure. And let me just get tuned in here. Yes. Just like to say hello to DJ Ronnie G. Nice to see you. And Alex Moore. How are you doing? Cheers to the working man there. I know there was a bit of confusion as I was setting up the stream. I got mixed up between 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. Some guys were thought that the stream was going to be at like midnight my time. I'm like, oh no, that's too late for me. So I got that straightened out, and here we are. It's noon my time, and I'm just gonna talk about the history of the channel and what I'm working on coming in the future and such like that, and hopefully I'll keep going strong with new content and things for you guys to enjoy. I do seem to be getting a lot of good feedback on the anime themes I pick each month, so that's quite pleasing to know. People are into that. I have to say, this most recent one, doing biographies in anime style. If they ever want kids to learn more about history, I think that's the way you have to do it. Presented in done by an anime, and yeah, that'll be the way they'll learn. Hello, David Glenn. Good to see you. All right. So, for those of you that don't know, I actually have been on YouTube for a lot of years. And I started back in 2006, where I would just post short little skits and videos of my friends and I cosplaying. Hey, Blaine, how you doing? Like Wishbone. I'm a little too old to remember Wishbone. But yes, let's check this. Let's see if I can do this here. Mm-hmm. Is it this one? Yeah. And like this. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but happy 200th birthday. Not that old, DJ. So yeah, there it is there, as you can see. Can I zoom in? I cannot. Okay. Yeah, joined August 10th, 2006. So it's been a while. And yeah, it's been quite the ride. Wishbone is why you didn't have to read a book in high school. Oh, is it because they what do you call it? They acted out all those books that you're supposed to read? Early morning when you go on your lunch break, nap at 3 p.m. Must be nice to have a lunch break nap. But yeah, that's how long I've been on there for. Let's see here. Just throw up a little something like this. Little pleasing background to watch as we chat along here. Is Wishbone like Cliff Notes or Little Golden Books? They acted the books and included lessons you should. Yeah, there you go. Like that's okay. So maybe they are doing it for children's show, but I'm hoping that the ones I've been watching that feature of the famous people and people that have really helped out Japan, and Japan's very grateful by building like monuments and plaques and such to them. That sure taught me a lot about. I did not know anything about Paul Rush or Dr. Janode at all until I watched these anime shows, and it was very informative, and they did a very good job. Yeah, Wishbone was a dog that acted out the main character of books on PBS back in the day. Yeah, that's a good way to get kids to learn for sure. You know, you don't have to go too deep into the facts and whatnot, but as long as they get the general idea, I think that's good. Any kind of learning is good for because kids at a young age, they're just like a big sponge and they just soak up that information um, like really well. Like the best time to learn languages and all that is when you're a kid because you take so much of it in and it's so easy. Well, you get older, it's a little harder for you to learn all that stuff. You can do it, it's just not as easy. Media that teaches is amazing. Use the term tangential learning if you see something and want to keep learning. Also, was that some kind of massive clutch? You want to know what that is. Well, I suppose I can let you guys in on what that is because, yeah, it was the video I put up. And it'll just go like this. And like this, still getting used to. There it is. So this guy looks pretty deadly, doesn't it? It's pretty big. It's like compressed spring. I'll tell you right now, it's
What is this?
it's upside down. So usually it's turned the other way. So if that's upside down, this is it's a pressure relief valve for a rail car. So those rail cars you see, if they overpressure, this will release any pressure that's built up inside the rail car. Very heavy. It's probably like 80 pounds. And I think it's set for 75 psi. So, and then every 6 months, they must be sent away for recertification because they are a pressure relief valve. They're very integral to the operation of the rail car. You can't let them just sit around and rot away. You have to send them in for recertification every 6 months, which is something I have to do. It's set for 75 psi, yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't want the rail cars to get any higher than that. That's just on the one type of rail car. We have a second type, and I believe the pressure is set higher there. But as far as these ones go, it's 75 psi, I'm pretty sure. So there you go. That's what that is. We'll just go like this and like this. The pressure controls not the braking, it controls what's inside the contents. So if the contents on a hot day, heat on the chemicals inside make the pressure, and it has to vent somewhere. So with that thing will lift to let the pressure out, and then it will close back again to a safe pressure. So yeah, that's I got a few more. I don't think I put those up yet, but I'll have a few more shorts coming along. I never know what's gonna hit when I throw it out there. Yeah, for like liquid natural, yeah. Except ours is like a solvent, carbon disulfide. So yeah, it can get pretty like it can get pressure up pretty good when it goes from a cold temperature to a warm temperature. And they're black rail cars, so they attract the heat like crazy. So, on to, as you guys can see, big Macross fan. I got like a folder of Macross pictures. I've been a fan for many, many years. Such a good show. Lots of music, idol singers, war on the backdrop with a love triangle. That's the basis of every Macross show that you watch. You'll always have the love triangle, the war against aliens, and one of the main characters has to die. It's not I don't make the rules. That's just what they decided to do. Oh yeah, President's Day today. Now I'm not sure. Is this a stat holiday for you guys down in the U.S. there? Because it's Family Day here, and for us that's a stat holiday. Seems kind of strange they did it in February when it's like still cold and people can't get out to do anything, but federal holiday. All the banks are closed. Okay. And a holiday for most. Good. Good, good. Sounds like DJ's still working though. I wonder if it varies from state, or you say it's federal, so maybe just federal employees. Uh, yeah, usually. Okay. And it varies from business to business. So some places will be open, some places will be closed. Docs will also take it off, but unless you're state or federal, then no guarantee. Okay. Good to know. Yep. Lots of President's Day sales if you ever need furniture. Yeah, because it's what is it? They're celebrating both Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday. Instead of having it two separate days, they're like, yeah, let's just put it on one day. All mattresses and bed sheets companies usually have sales on presidents. That's life. Yeah, DJ. Hey, Godzillionaire. It's everyone's favorite kaiju. How do you have President's Day without a president? I don't know. The fact is, we don't. And I'm glad we don't even have Prime Minister's Day because You know, what do I care about that idiot? The guy's just so useless. But I can't say too much, otherwise, Secret Service. And then you guys will have your minds wiped, and Pop was never here. Hey, Mike, Pacific 414, happy to your thanks, man. Yeah, it's good to see you. DJs, you're getting holiday pay today. Nice. So it's like, what is it? Like double time and a half? Like you get paid for the holiday and paid for the time you come in? You're part of a 24/7 operation, and it's a ghost town here today. Oh, we got something in common. Where I'm at, we run 24/7. We're actually not allowed to go on strike. It's part of the agreement we have with the company we supply the raw materials or the gas to. We can't stop because then their operation will shut down. So that's like guaranteed work all the time. As long as nothing happens to them, I think we'll be okay. Oh yeah. So in the YouTube chat, I got it pinned at the top there. If anybody wants to come on, you're more than welcome to. All I ask is we not get into talking about any politics. First of all, I'm not American. Second of all, we gotta have our own idiot to worry about here. So it just not something that the channel's about. My channel's not about politics. I don't like it. Pretty much we can talk about just about anything else. As long as it doesn't get me kicked off of YouTube. So yeah. Having a ghost town at work there, DJ, that'd be okay. It's nice. No managers around or anything like that. What about the politics of the Principality of Zeon? Get your Gundam stuff out of here. Can you see what's up on the screen right now? No Gundam. But apparently Gundam Seed is doing really well. I was reporting on that yesterday on my anime stream. People in Japan must just love Gundam Seed. It's like number 1 at the box office. Oh, Godzillionaire. Didn't mean to macross the streams. That's right. Let's talk religion. That's never divisive. Yeah, that never causes any wars or battles or anything, does it, David Glenn? Yeah, no politics, no religion. That's okay. We don't need to do that here. Demon Slayer will dominate. Yeah, they got their movie out now, don't they? And I think it was coming up pretty fast on. Let's see, because I just reported on it yesterday, so. Here, I'll show you guys. Like this, and like this. There we go. Still getting a little bit used to doing the Restream Studio. I don't use it a lot. Gundam Seed Freedom anime film earns 3.1 billion yen in 3 weeks. Yikes. Man, that's a lot. First Haikyuu final film earns 2.23 billion. What is with Haikyuu doing that kind of numbers? Man, oh man. You were stuck in the past. You got a tough choice this next weekend. Either see Demon Slayer in theaters or Princess Mononoke special showing. Ooh. But you must have seen Princess Mononoke already. I'd say go see Demon Slayer. Oh, you hope the Demon Slayer movies are new and not a recap. I've heard, isn't that what happened last time? Wasn't it just like, oh yeah, they just took 3 episodes, slapped them together, and called it a movie? That's not good. Oh, Demon Slayer's going to do another retell? Okay, Blaine. Half of Demon Slayer is a recap of last season's ending, and second half is new. Oof. Somebody's got to stop being so money grabbing. I thought I saw it here. Here we go. Demon Slayer Hashira training arc for first episode screenings. Total earnings reach 1.25 billion yen. Ranked number 2 in the Japanese box office in its 7th week. There you go. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better, buddy. You'd pay the same price if it was just new stuff, even if short. Yeah, I mean, something new. Don't just tell me what I already watched. Supposedly it's the last 2 episodes of last season and first 2 episodes of next season. Okay. Alex, you're passing on that or you'll show up late. Yeah, this is don't spend your money there if they're not giving you what you want. It's harder to sell drinks and popcorn during a 45-minute movie. Yeah, it's you need it at least what, an hour and a half long? Trying to remember. Yeah, the last one we went and saw in the theaters was Godzilla -1. And then I remember Angry Canadian saying he was going to go to Godzilla minus color. So that's I'd definitely try that out, watching it in black and white, just to see if it's like the sort of harkens back to the original. Yeah, because where is it here? No, that's not it. I like IMDb because you can get your watch list. I've got like 897 of sorted movies. Yeah, so they'll go by release date. The last film I watched was Godzilla -1. Before that, Super Mario Brothers movie, and then One Piece Film Red. Not bad movies. I've watched my fair share, so me and Mrs. Mechanic, we try to watch at least one on the weekends when we're not watching our series during the week. Oh, was Oppenheimer for you? How'd you like that one, David? Was it good? Would you say it was I mean, I know it's like a biography of Oppenheimer. Did it go into much detail? Was it really well done as far as that goes? I'm not quite sure. I'm wondering myself if I would like to watch it. Was it a little too dry? A little long and boring? I'm curious. Oh, here's a good one. The Current War. That was the had Benedict Cumberbatch as Nikola Tesla and against Thomas Edison, because one wanted AC current, the other wanted DC current. So that was a low key movie. I don't remember that being advertised a lot at all, to tell the truth. It was Nolan's best work. You were amazed and you never want to watch it again. Okay. All right. A Nolan movie being long and boring? Never. Dunkirk was a weird one, but if you once you understand how they're jumping back and forth to the different people in it, then it's once again it's a Christopher Nolan movie, Dunkirk. Kong Skull Island had Brie Larson in it, and it was just God, she's awful as a terrible actress. Just did well with the story. It was like listening to speed metal while on acid. Oh man, that is harsh. Oh, The Founder. You know, I don't think I've ever watched a better sort of like, I don't want to say documentary, but the telling of how McDonald's came to be, and the guy who kind of like took it out from underneath of the McDonald brothers, and how ruthless business can be. Skull Island. Remember when Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, and Loki fought a monkey? That's true. Yeah, that's all of them in there, isn't it? Where is it here? I just saw it here. Yeah. Tom Hiddleston, yep. Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson, yep. That's all of them there. Oh, Doctor Strange. Yeah, we watched that one. Personally, I preferred the animated version better. I think they did a better job of fleshing out Doctor Strange and all that. I think it was quite well done. But with Benedict Cumberbatch, it's average. What else we got here? Snowden. Watch that one. That's Oliver Stone with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That kind of opened your eyes up a bit, if they weren't opened already, about what what they do. Star Trek, Beyond, Now You See Me Too, Captain America, Justice League versus Teen Titans. Oh yeah, Deadpool. I like the first Deadpool movie. Good humor, good story. It was it was done right. You like martial arts? Ip Man. Ip Man was Bruce Lee's teacher. And just watching him, there's 4 movies. There's like Ip Man 1, 3, and 4. And obviously number 1 is when he starts off as a young man, and then number 4 is, he's got Bruce Lee as his disciple, and he's reaching the end of his life there. But that was very enjoyable. Hello, Blaine.
Hey, how bad is my audio right now?
Quite echoey.
Oh!
Are you out in the shed?
Yeah, yeah. I'm on location from my last short, still taping drywall.
Oh man, taping and mudding, eh?
But yeah, it's a thing that you do.
Yeah. It takes a while. I mean, I know you can do all the taping and mudding and all that, but then you have to do all the sanding, and depending on how much you put on, and it can be a very big pain.
The more I do, the less I start to care about the aesthetics of this show. But I know my wife is going to want it to look nice, so I'm going to keep going. But I had to pop on. I mean, it's 2 years. Happy 2 years. This is 2 years of pop culture mechanic, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Nice. Amazing. What something I didn't ask you last time at your 1 year was like, what made the switch from what you were doing before, small skits and just having a channel, to doing pop culture mechanics as a deal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously during the Wild West days of YouTube, you could upload stuff and not have to worry about it. And then they got bought by Google, and a lot of that got kiboshed by them. They decided to be very heavy-handed, and so I took a break from that. And I'm like, well, after watching Gary from Nerdmatic, and he was like, hey, we need more people to get the word out there and talk about good shows and good stuff to watch there. And I'm like, you know what, I want to do that. I want to do that sort of thing, and bring my little special spin on things, with my experience and whatnot, and knowing the things I know, and hopefully sharing connections of. And originally I wanted to like connect the past with the modern. My first video was that Archie is connected to Batman, and you first
through the Archie comics.
Not through the comics, but through the radio show Archie.
Oh, really?
It's connected to Batman the Animated Series, because the guy who did the voice of Commissioner Gordon was also the guy who played Archie back in the 1940s.
How funny.
So there's that connection, and I wanted to sort of bring those connections to old media with new media where I can and where it makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely carved a niche, especially with like the going back over different periods of shows too. Like, I know if like older stuff, you're usually like right on top of it, even if you are following like new things. And It's just like there's just so dang old much anime. Like, you can't, like, there's not enough of us to talk about all of it, right?
That's true. Yeah, it's nice that there is so much of it, and nowadays even more that's available to us, rather than living through the dark times when there wasn't as much, so you took what you could get.
Totally. Yeah, you're like, oh, I got this box of VHSs. Well, what's in them?
Yeah. Or renting them, or getting bootlegs, and they're all grainy, and you got all the snow on it from the tape being played so much, and you might not even get subtitles. You might even just have to wing it and see if you figure it out what's going on.
I just came to a section in because I've been working on the Evangelion Manifesto, and the screens go to snow, and I'm like, do kids know what that means nowadays? Like, because modern monitors don't go snow, they go, they start losing signal, and you're like, oh, there's an entire like language that kids don't understand, perhaps.
Exactly. The CRT televisions. Yeah. When you'd switch channels and there wasn't one that came in good enough, you're going to get snow. It's something that's lost, I think, to time now.
So it's so weird to think about it because it's such a shorthand for like signal was cut or like you lost it, but like now we have to like explain what that means to people. We can't just like show it to them, you know?
Yeah.
It's like archiving the old memes basically.
Yeah, it's strange that it's getting like that. And I liked how you brought up on your channel there when we were talking about that Destiny Phil thing about how the generations are different, and I'm like, it's nice that you have such a wide generation gap, I guess, on your stream with myself and some of the other guys that are in the upper ranges there, and then you got
more cultured,
more cultured, to put it nicely. And then you got your younger fellas, you got the Serranoses and the Michaels, and it's a good.
Yeah, I think it's an important thing to always like. We'll harp on about like community and like we gotta make these communities. We gotta have these communities, but like I think a big part of the community is that like having the grandfather, whether it's actually your grandpa or just some old guy that that like can pass on what they knew and what went on during their time, because we're gonna see some show and it's gonna be like a fun story, a fun idea, but like super mid. And then you Brandon, myself, we can be like, oh, if you like that theme, go back to 1987 and here's a show that does it with a little bit better execution. So you feel very important niche.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. And speaking of Brandon, here he is.
Why, hello everyone. How are you doing today, Pops?
I'm just great. Things are fantastic.
That's good to hear, and congratulations on 2 years on the Mama Susan platform. And unfortunately for Mama Susan, she has her own issues to deal with, and so all I'm going to say out there, kids, don't do drugs.
That's good. Good advice. Good advice.
Yes. And Blaine, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun doing drywall, and I do not envy you. I hated doing drywall.
Everything has been like a learning process.
It is.
The last wall looks great. The first wall, I need to go back in time.
Yeah, that's about the way it goes. If you're first time doing it or not doing it very often, the first.
I'm an electrician. I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm like, oh, YouTube, and then you watch a YouTube video, and the guy's like, oh, flip, plop, plop, and he just like throws it. You're like, what? Why? Why doesn't mine go up that fast?
Yes, and there is that part of YouTube that is vastly important. The DIY culture, the learning how to maintain and take care of things, and of course what Pops covers, which is the trades, which are we're almost to that point where in the last South Park special that I watched, which was the Put a Chicken at Maker Lame and Gay, the subplot with Randy not being able to fix something as an oven door, and then having the tradesmen become the multi-trillionaires and go into space and all that crap, that we're closer to that than everyone thinks. I hate to say it, but we have lived long enough where we have entered idiocracy, and my Lord, is it getting stupid out there.
Oh yeah. And it's not even the thing that baffles me, because like I got a buddy. He just brought in a new cave in, and he's interested to learn how to like change stuff, but like without me, he would never like try something like this. So like he's like, oh, you need someone to kind of guide you through some of these more physical things. But the one that always blows my mind is just the people that aren't willing to like take something apart or do something or just like start fixing it, because they're like, well, no, what if I break it? And it's like, yeah, it's already broken. Like,
I can't make it any worse.
Yeah. Yeah, what's going to happen? It's going to still not work if you break. It's broken and it's still not going to work. So give it a shot.
Godzillionaire, the dislike button is still there, and if you get the extension called Return YouTube Dislike, you can see how many thumbs down a video has been given. So it's all that they've done is just change their base coding to where it doesn't give you a number. They didn't remove it didn't remove that on the back end, so you can still see.
Oh yeah, we all we all still see our dislikes.
Yeah, that we do. So speaking of, it's time that it's gaming's fun, and we're old.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, gaming is one of those things that's also starting to go down. It's starting to go down. I think we're due for a major correction in a lot of different aspects of life, and especially AAA gaming and AAA gaming studios, or as Ubisoft claims, they're now a quad A because of Skull and Crossbones.
Yeah, sure they are.
Yeah, we're in for a major correction. I saw a statistic. Overall for the whole industry, there's already been 16,000 people laid off, and then you throw on top of that what Microsoft's done and everything else, and there has to be a change in how things are done, the quality of the way of things are done, and expectations to meet our demands. It's not just a matter of we're going to make this game and everyone else can go F themselves. They gotta know who their audience is and not disrespect them, and that ultimately is the biggest crux of anything media related. Doesn't matter where it's from. If you openly despise and disrespect someone, you're gonna get cockspacked, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm excited for, like the new AI stuff to really get on top of is those coding AIs, where you can basically tell it what you want to do. Like, it's going to be another revolution of indie games, like we had with Super Meat Boy and Fez, where the basic gameplay of a lot of these is very simple, very straightforward, and it's just these minor execution things that really elevate them to be really high quality, and they just the AI is going to allow people who don't know a lot about the programming side of things but have like really interesting ideas to actually like get their stuff out there. And there's going to be another big indie flood, I'm predicting.
Yeah, if they can pull that off, which if you can get all the base coding down, or basically just have the templates and then just change out what you need to, that makes it that much easier. It's basically like back in the old days. Super Mario Brothers 2 was just a reskin of some weird ass game that was done in Japan, but because of how everything worked out, they decided the US boys said, "Hey, we need something sooner rather than later," so they just reskinned it. And I personally prefer Super Mario Brothers 2 over the original and over 3. 3 pisses me off to no end. So,
what was that?
Oh, really?
For 3?
Oh yeah, I can't do it. That's out of the original 4. That's the only one I've never been able to beat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. I've gone through the first one all the way, and of course with the warp pipes and all that. I've done the second one all the way through, and I absolutely loved it. Both the original NES version and the Super NES retooling. And of course, the Game Boy Advanced version of it. And then Super Mario World is just classic. Just classic.
Yeah, it's good stuff. When they did the SNES version and then they did pretty much just remakes of the very the first 3 games. That was what they added in made it so much aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that it is, and I love those original games. And looking back on it, I watched a documentary on the making of Super Mario World, and the NES only had a 40 kilobyte memory or a ROM max, whereas going to the Super NES was a half meg or 512 kilobyte rough amount of space, 4 megabits basically.
Yeah.
the amount of extra detail and stuff that they were able to toss into it was astounding. Imagine what they could have done had they had access to the 32 megabit ROM cards that they had towards the end of its life cycle, like what Final Fantasy VI and Donkey Kong Country live within.
Oh,
Hmm.
And we kind
I don't know. I'm a believer in the limitation making a better game.
yeah. It's nice to
There's a lot of those things that are like, look at how much we can do now, that ends up just like wrecking the game.
like Call of Duty
turning them towards
doing 200 gigs worth of textures and only about 100 megs worth of actual game. I totally get you there. Limitations are
messy designs.
Yeah.
Whether that limitation has to be time or physical like limitation, or just like have the project manager set out like here's what we are not going to go past, and then just make everything within that like perfect. I think that's the biggest thing missing from the triple or the quad A industry right now, is there is no limit to what they can do other than we got to get it out by Christmas. So
yeah, and they
that
typically
would
miss
fix
the
a lot.
mark. They're not hitting.
No, not at all. They really need a slap down. And my advice to people is don't pre-order things. Don't rush into buying things. Don't believe the hype, because they can fool you with cutscenes and such. So
Yeah.
just be cautious when it comes to getting the new games.
Yeah, and Kill the Justice League is the latest iteration of this this trend, and I don't feel bad for Rocksteady getting kicked square in the nuggets. They fully deserve this, and whoever it is that they consulted with on the script, this sweet baby or whatever the hell they are, that's one sweet baby that should have been drowned in the river. And with that, I'm out.
All right. Thanks for coming by, Brandon.
Thanks, Pops. We'll see you, Blaine. We'll see you both. And actually, I need to schedule a time to have the two of you come on and do the Otaku Gamer Show.
Ooh.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
let's talk. We need to talk some games. I don't get to talk games enough, so I'll look at the schedule, reach out to both of you, and we'll get some time set, and we'll just deep dive into the world of otaku gaming.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, gentlemen, take care.
Yeah, Godzilla, like Minecraft, Stardew Valley, Pal World, even like there's lots of examples of games where the graphics aren't the be all end all, the thing that's going to really sell the game. But there is still something that's like exciting about having graphics that are really new, interesting, and cutting edge. But even then, you need to say like, okay, the whole point of this game is that we're going to have this interesting war area, and we want it to be as realistic as possible so people could feel it as much as possible. And having someone at the helm of the ship that's really, anytime they're like, hey, I want to update this so it looks better, that they always look back to whatever that main boundary is of here is the battle that we're doing, or here is the part of the war we're showing. So it's still, and even in the pixel art, people still get too complicated. Like I complained about this last week. There's some pixel art games that just, they're ugly. They look like mud. They look like poopy. They're just big doggy dookie. And it's just, you're like, why didn't you just stop putting colors in? Like, just because you have a billion pixels, because it's the modern era, doesn't mean you have to use them all.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Maybe whoever's making it needs to get a second opinion, be like, hey, how does this look? And if they're like, oh, that's way too busy, you've got too many colors on there, it's not aesthetically pleasing, you've got to do something else. It's just when people just go overboard, and they just have to know when to,
Yep.
the rule, less is more, I guess, is what you could have used to apply that.
Exactly. Less is more, and then always go back to whatever your primary principle is.
Yep. And
Okay.
and like they're saying, like Godzilla said about that, graphics aren't the end all be all. That's true. But I think a lot of things, gameplay is a big thing. Controls are another. You can have the best looking game and all the best gameplay, but if the controls suck, you're not gonna. People are gonna be like, this is dumb.
Yeah, totally. All right, I gotta finish this ceiling, otherwise I'm not gonna get it done today.
All right.
Love you, buddy.
Okay.
Keep doing what you do. Love listening in on the replays when I sleep in.
Right on. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Bye.
And make sure, everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Brandon or Blaine, just do it. stop by when they're doing their shows. Stop on by, let them know you're here, and they provide some really good content. I enjoy both their shows. But yeah, as far as those triple or quad A studios, I mean, take a step back. Look what the indie people are doing, and look how some of their games have skyrocketed to, um, you know, the best sellers. And yeah, just let people be creative. I can see Microsoft buying up all those game developer studios. Very insidious. You don't have to be bought by Microsoft. You can choose not to be bought. But I think people just see them dollar signs and they just grab them up. It's unfortunate. It really is. Kind of like all the media outlets. Years ago, there used to be lots of different media outlets. Now, what is there left? 6, maybe 5. They're owned by 5 giant corporations. That's disconcerting, and it should be. People should be very wary now, because it's like your news and such are getting filtered through just 6 places, and obviously they're never going to say anything bad about themselves. And then there was Gannett. I'm not sure what Gannett is. You'll have to explain to me what that is. Oh, bought up all the newspapers. Okay. Yeah. So what happens? You own all the newspapers. Are you going to ever let those newspapers print anything not showing you in a good light? Probably not. So it's just underhanded that they've been able to do all that. What else we got here? Throw up some there we go. Just do this and do this. And just put up another. Yeah, because I think I have something that shows all the corporations that own all the food products, and there's only about 7 or 8 of them in the world. Same with all the media. So it's not things aren't looking so good. And I think it's not a matter of fighting back about it. What I think it is just knowing about it. Be aware. Be aware that it's there. Here, I'll show you this here. This, I found this. It's the, no, not that. This is the companies that Disney owns. So you start over here. All the Marvel Entertainment, all Marvel Studios. You go to the other ear. Fox Entertainment Group. What's that say? The Endemol Shine Group. Sky PLC. National Geographic. Then you come down here. Walt Disney Studios. The Disney Music Group. Disney Theatrical Group. Disney Corporate. The Disney Parks and Consumer Products. Disney ABC Television Group. ESPN. Studio services. Over here is Disney Direct to Consumer and International. It's got all these. See, there's Hulu, Steamboat Ventures. There's the Bonavista Construction Company, the Reedy Creek Improvement District. So that is all, I guess, depending on how old this graphic is. But this is all, that's all the things that Disney owns. You trust Umbrella Corp over Monsanto? And they changed their name too. So Monsanto changed their name. I think they're now the Bayer Corp, or they're bought by the Bayer Corp, and they changed their name. So that's pretty devious on their side. Here's all the here's the main players for all the stuff that you buy. So you got Nestle, PepsiCo, General Mills, Kellogg's, Associated British Foods, Mondelez, which was formerly Kraft, Mars, Danone, Unilever, and Coca-Cola. So there you go. If you want to find any product and see who is the owner of it, who owns it, you just got a graphic here. Disney equals delivering infantile sermons, not entertaining you. That is so true. So true, David. So true. Which is why I don't watch any of that Disney stuff. Why? Why would I bother? It's just, it would just make me not happy anymore. All right. So, channel's not doing too bad. I've gotten 868 subscribers. That's not bad. Still kind of working my way up to 1,000. Seems to be the magic number. Got to get the watch hours up though. Trying to do that. It takes a lot. You work full time and you try to do this. It's gonna occupy your time a lot. Also, real life work comes before YouTube stuff, because real life work is what lets me do this. So yeah, I mean, just a hobby. You don't have to have the watch hours for the lower end monetization. I don't, Godzillionaire. I wish I did. What's that under here? Right here? Let's put this off to the side for a minute. And go like this. So, as you guys can see, I mean, I've got enough subscribers, and I've uploaded 3 videos in the last 90 days. Yeah. But only got 949 watch hours out of 3,000. And I need 3 million shorts views, but there's no way that's going to happen unless something magically goes viral. So yeah, just gotta try to figure out something. It's a mystery to me, figuring out like the algorithm. Get popped them hours. Thanks, buddy. That's on me too, though. I got to try to put out more content, more videos, stuff that's I'm gonna find interesting and nobody else will. Even when you get to 1,000, it's less than $1 a day, like those commercials for African babies. For less than $1 a day, you too can subscribe to Pop and feed his starving family. But yeah, that's it'll come. You gotta find something that just clicks. And not that hate stuff either, not the hate watching or the watching bad shows and then ripping on them, because that's not good for my mental health. It's one of the reasons why I don't watch a lot of those other channels that do that sort of stuff. It has an effect, whether you know it or not. It has an effect on you. Subconsciously, if you keep hearing nothing but negativity, it's going to permeate your brain, and that's all you're going to see. And I believe Mrs. Mechanic made a note of that. She commented to me about that, about how watching some of that stuff, and it's just, don't they have anything good to say? And it's like, you know what? You got a point there. It's not something that I need to bring into my subconscious mind. So, and Bruce Lee said it best too. He said, don't call yourself names. Don't talk bad about yourself, because your body doesn't know the difference. So if you always speak ill of yourself, whether you're saying, oh, I'm no good, I'm this, I'm that, I'm ugly, I'm fat, if you say that stuff, your body doesn't know any better, and it will believe everything you say. Instead, do like a daily affirmation. That's supposed to be really good to do. Hey, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. You do that kind of stuff, change your outlook on life. DJ Hakuna Matata is your YouTube slogan. There you go. That's right. That's a good one. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Have you guys seen my waifu tier list? I think I did that a while back now. And it was pretty fun. It's not for the season or anything. It was like all-time favorite waifu list. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Is the waifu tier list? Is it all just One Piece? No. Put it on screen here for you. Make it full screen. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. It'll start up here. I made sure to put their names there too. Is this Jake D's list? uh, yeah, good old Jake D, eh? I think he'd be suffering from loss of blood right now. LS class, you bet. DJ, your biggest worry is becoming popular and then being canceled in real life due to a random bad take. Yeah, there's always that fear out there, eh? You say something and somebody takes it the wrong way, or they decide to come after you. I mean, I'm glad that hasn't happened to me yet. I try not to do anything too crazy like that. I think the only one thing that would get me in trouble probably with the Canadian government was when I start talking about the CCP, and the Chinese government and how garbage I think they are. That's when, or you say something and they take it the right way. David Glenn, you're afraid of becoming famous due to all the skeletons in your closet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, or even people digging up your Twitter history, depending on how long you've been on Twitter for. Some people have been since the very beginning, and then other people go mining, look up stuff that you've said or liked even, and it's like, wow, oh, look what this guy did 20 years ago or 15 years ago. And then everybody dog piles, and that's the end of that. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. You don't need to be people to come after us, try to cancel us. We don't need that. Luckily, you've avoided Twitter for many years. I use it to tell people when I'm going live, advertise the channel. I subscribe to a lot of anime artists and all that. People do screen captures, so I get a lot of just anime in my timeline. And of course, I follow some of you guys too. Brandon, for sure. DJ, I think I'm following you too. Blaine, for sure. So yeah, it's about it. And then I know what you guys are doing and when you're on. So it can be useful. It's got to use it like a tool, and don't be a tool on it. That's pretty much it, I think, is just that. Well, let's see what we got here. The worst thing on your Twitter history is your ongoing war with Frontier Communications. I don't think I've ever heard of those guys. Then again, I don't live in the US, so some sort of, obviously, media company. Yes, DJ, got the old Sailor V going on. A little bit of Soul Eater, because that's a good show. If you guys haven't watched Soul Eater, I would say I'm reading the manga right now. I'm up to I've read volume 12 of the Perfect Edition. They are the final frontier of internet. Most people get stuck on loading with them. Oh. Okay, good to know. Gotcha, man. I'm almost done that. Almost done Gotchaman. Almost 89 out of 105 episodes. Oh, so where were we here? We were talking a bit about movies too, but to go with movies and to go with the theme of what's old is new, or sorry, what has come before you can find in the present. So long ago, there was a fella named Alan Young, and he had his own show. He was actually from Scotland, and then he moved to Canada. This is just I'm just going to relay this to you off the top of my head from what I remember. So he moved from Scotland to Canada, and he got into radio, and he had his own little show in Vancouver, and he would, he did really well. He went and asked for a raise, and they fired him. So somebody from Hollywood was listening, and they're like, hey, do you want to fill in as a summer replacement for the when the Jack Benny program goes on hiatus for the summer? And he said, sure. So he went there and he started his show, and he was on his way. And I think it went through like 1944 to like 1948. And he got into television. He had I think it was called The Alan Young Show. I mean, obviously, rather than just guessing, I could look it up here. Let's see what happens. Just give me a moment. We'll just... The Alan Young... Come on, Young Show. Right there. Hey, Whoopa, how you doing? Nice to see you. And we'll go like this, and boom, there it is, the Alan Young Show. So he went from radio to television. Excuse me. And there's even an episode on YouTube you could watch. So 1951. So the infancy of television. And so he always played like a sort of a goofy guy, kind of oblivious, clean cut, didn't ever do anything, anything bad. He didn't have any vices. But then where you may know him from after a while, he went on to be on Mr. Ed as Wilbur. Yes, David Glenn. Yes, the dude from Mr. Ed. Yeah. But he was on before that. He had his own radio show and his own television show. The leader hath arrived. Exactly. Yeah, gotcha. If only there was a source of information we could search for. Yes. Said someone got fired for asking for a raise, so that summoned comrade leader. Yep. So yes, he did Mr. Ed for a while. And then he did one of the things that a lot of people will know him for, and that is playing Uncle Scrooge on the Disney's version of A Christmas Carol. And then also all the way into DuckTales, where he played Uncle Scrooge. He really leaned into a Scottish accent for that. But yeah, there you go. So this guy that started on a radio got to be well known as the richest duck in Duckburg. So that's what I like to do. Things from the past, showing them that they've come full circle, or they've come to the future. And I know there's more out there. So when is the Mr. Ed reboot happening? Well, I wonder. I think I might have posted a meme about that. Let's see if I can find it. I heard Mr. Ed's going to be played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Not going to get any makeup or anything. And Brie Larson is going to play the back end of Mr. Ed because it suits her. So there you go. I'm starting that rumor. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be Mr. Ed. Excellent casting, of course. I don't know why Hollywood doesn't ask me for the to be a casting director. I'm just going to have a look for it here. I should be able to find it. The trouble with having so many GIFs and memes and everything like that is you lose track of where they are. Oh, is this it? Actually, I want you guys' opinion on this. Let's see if this is now, does that not look like DJ Ronnie G? Huh? You know, he just needs a bit of a soul patch on there. There you go. Brother from another mother, DJ Ronnie G. Just trying to find that. Oh, there it is. So I made this. I got inspired to make this. So headlines from Variety: Phoebe Waller-Bridge to be cast as Mr. Ed in remake, doesn't even need makeup. Brie Larson to play back end of Mr. Ed, says it feels natural. I mean, what a rousing endorsement. Sarah Jessica Parker would be too obvious. Oh, yes. I never did watch that show that she was on. What was it? Sex in the City? Never watched it. I even dated it. I even have the date I made this, December 31st. So there you are. Angry Canadian said he was going to be around. I'm wondering if he's going to stop by as well. Won't that meme get me arrested in Maple Leaf Land? They've got to find me first. Uh-oh. Well, it's been nice knowing you guys. Don't forget me. Yeah, I have a good old time trying to make some of those sometimes. Making memes. I sure watch enough of them. Let's go like this here. We were talking about movies. Mad Max Fury Road. Disappointed. Very disappointed. If you like Aardman, Shaun the Sheep, the same guys that do Wallace and Gromit. That's I like those guys. They do good work. The stop motion animation is done very well. Oh, The Hobbit. I've got a problem with the live action Hobbit movies. They didn't have 3. They could have just done it in 2. They also didn't need the extraneous love interest or romance between, who was it, Philly and Toriel, and Legolas showing up. They just overstuffed that movie. It didn't need to. They didn't need to do that. But I guess they like their money. Madagascar. There's a good one. I know the score didn't get so well on IMDb here, but it's enjoyable. What else we got here? Wolf of Wall Street. I think I saw. Didn't you guys mention that earlier in the chat? Oh, somebody mentioned it. I thought. Godzillionaire, was that you? Big Short. That's what it was, not Wolf of Wall Street. Big Short. What's that sound? Oh. No, that's all right. That's all right. It's just Mrs. Mechanic making some coffee. It was like a soap opera as Middle Earth turns. Yes. Like the Balrog through the hourglass. These are the days of our Gandalfs. Best I can do on short notice. But yes. Yeah, Big Short was good. I watched that. Wolf of Wall Street was good. What else? Pacific Rim. Lone Ranger I didn't care for, with Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer. Didn't care for it. What else? Oh, Ted. Jeez. Oh, okay. Oh, if you guys can hang on for a moment, I need to take a little bit of a break, but I will be right back. I think I'll leave you with some music to listen to, hopefully. All right. Back again. You didn't like any of the Daniel Craig Bond movies? That wasn't Bond? You know what, Godzilla? I agree. He's got to be more suave, more debonair. You know, he's got to have his gadgets and such. Also, the way they wrote him in the past couple of shows, a couple of movies, you know, where he gets dressed down by M. You know, he gets yelled at and upstaged. It's like, you know what? Just, you guys should have stopped. You should have stopped while you were ahead. But no, you had to keep going, and you got this. Iron Sky, the real reason we haven't been back to the moon. Yeah, Iron Sky. Oh, man. Tintin was good. Good adaptation. It combined like two of the stories that the fellow wrote there. Hagra, I think his name is. And yeah, very enjoyable. Where was that one? It's called Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, I think. I don't know if that got a lot of views, but I liked it. It had a very nice like period piece of the 30s, 40s. And I thought it was done all right. Unfortunately, the one time we wanted to have a Terminator marathon, so we watched all the Terminator movies. And yeah, those last four were just not great. It had a Rocketeer vibe. Yeah. And that's one of my favorite movies, actually. Good old Dave Stevens, you know, coming up with the Rocketeer. I actually got the comic that he put the Rocketeer in. It was at the back. It wasn't his own comic yet. What was it in? Star Slayer, I think. It was like a backup feature. And yeah, I'm glad I was able to find that because he did excellent art. Dave Stevens and Darwin Cook, another excellent DC. Well, I think he did other stuff too, but Darwin Cook, I know, was mostly a DC artist, and his style, very, very good style. I really liked it. For those of you that don't know, I should be able to show you at least what his art style looks like. So yeah, he was very good at drawing like 1960s design. And his what would you call it? His magnum opus was The New Frontier. And that comic book was turned into a movie. So they have a animated DC movie, The New Frontier. And yeah, his art style is just great. Yeah, he did such good designs. The movie, though, yeah, early '90s Jennifer Connelly, yeah, and the villain in The Rocketeer, he was one of the Bonds. Oh, what the hell's his name again? But yeah, he played a very suave actor in the movie. Timothy Dalton, wasn't it? Yes, there you go, Godzillionaire. Same time, Jinx. It's when it popped up on my screen anyway. But yeah, that's just a darn good show. They did really well. You know, before Disney went all screwy. It's too bad Darwin Cook passed on, though. He died at 53. That's crazy. Oh, he died of cancer too. Okay. But what an artist. This is the one I picked up, the Loot Edition. Nice thick hardcover. And if you don't know what the story is about, it goes from the end of so it starts at the end of the Second World War and goes into the 1960s, and how the Golden Age characters sort of make way for the Silver Age characters. And it will have like the origin of some of the Silver Age characters too. So that's really good. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I would. It's actually one of the better DC animated shows, and one of the better books too. If you ever find the New Frontier hardcover, get that. It's a thick one, but it's worth it. It's got so much more than they put in the movie. So definitely a good read. Before DC went all screwy. I hope everyone's doing well today. It's a beautiful day. Happy President's Day to my American friends. Up here in Canada, it's Family Day, stat holiday. So that's nice. Time to spend with your family. And I'll be doing that after I'm done the streaming here. Me and Mrs. Mechanic will have some quality time. And just so you guys know, there won't be any Trades Talk stream tomorrow, as I will be in the process of traveling. I must travel for a safety conference in the province of Manitoba. So I will be doing that. And I'll be gone until Friday. So this is going to be a long haul. Quality time equals anime. We're watching Goso Sentai Dairanger right now. So we always pick a show to watch for our dinner time. And that way we can enjoy things together. Like this show. Ooh, there you go. Goso Sentai Dairanger. I believe you'd know it in the West here as the second season of Power Rangers, I think. But it is quite enjoyable. I think it's got about 52 episodes. And we're on 32. So we watch 2 a day on weekdays. And then weekends, we'll watch like a movie or something like that. And once we're done this, we're going to hop back on the One Piece train because the DVDs are in. So I've got the DVD collection number 33. We're at Whole Cake Island. And we're going to watch that because we both enjoy One Piece. I was a fan first, and I kind of dragged her in kicking and screaming. Is the One Piece real? It could be. I think so. I hope it is. Ichiro Oda has said it's not the friends we made along the way. It's not going to be that kind of trope. It is an actual thing. So I am curious. What is it going to be? There we are. Better shot of the Die Rangers. Oh, and I've pinned the link if anyone wants to join the stream. It's at the top there. The One Piece will be guarded by Schmaug. Well, then we're going to need a burglar to get that, aren't we? I don't think there's any hobbitses in the One Piece world. But yes, Goso Sentai Dairanger. You didn't get the day off, so you're here slaving away in the office. Oh, whoopa. Poor guy. Yeah, I was talking earlier about President's Day, who gets it off, who doesn't. It's mostly federal, I've heard, so. Oh, well. You're making money. That's what matters. Got to survive. What about Jake D? He must be working too then. Good old Jake D. The dang feds. Oh, dang feds. So yeah, let's see here. I'll just go like this, like this. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Oh, Brave and the Bold. There you go. So it's 2008 to 2011. So the Batman Brave and the Bold, if you haven't seen these episodes or any of this show, it's not Kevin Conroy, it's Diedrich Bader. John DiMaggio is in it as well. This show is what introduced me to a lot of the Golden and Silver Age heroes, and they did a good job of paying homage to them. There's Jake D. Shenanigans. I thought you'd be around. Were you busy recovering from a nosebleed or something? You know, I did have some waifus flashing up on the screen there. But yeah, Batman Brave and the Bold. What an enjoyable show to watch. Very well done. Yes, Jake D. Salute to you too, sir. What else we got here? Kuroshi Shuji, City of Ember. Get Smart with Steve Carell. Soul Eater, Macross Frontier, 10,000 BC. There's the Doctor Strange animated one I was telling you guys about. Came out in 2007. It does a better job of explaining backstory in that, so I would watch that instead of the live action one. Big Bang Theory unsub. Oh, I know what you're saying, Godzilla. I actually got angry with that show because it was just a bunch of beta males getting the girls, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't happen. What else we got here? 300. The Departed. Click. Cars. Peter Jackson's King Kong. Memoirs of a Geisha. Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Robots. I believe that was with Robin Williams. Oh no, Robots was with... No, he was in that. For sure he was. Yeah, Robin Williams. There you go. Ewan McGregor, Mel Brooks, Paula Abdul, Halle Berry, Robin Williams. Yep. Oh, yeah. Let's openly mock this autistic dude to a laugh track. Yeah. Yeah. Team America, World Police. What do we got? Gunbuster 2. You've got The Batman. Nope, Steam Boy, iRobot, Anchorman. Last Samurai. That was with Tom Cruise. Oh, yeah. You have eaten much free food. You're now sleepy. Free food? Good for you. Yes, Whoopa, The Batman. It was animated, and it was he was first starting out, I think. Yeah, Anchorman. The Legend of Ron Burgundy. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That one could have been really, really good, but I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they kept to the comic as good as they should. Oh man, The Room with Tommy Wiseau. It gets a 3.6 and a Metascore of 9. That is a terrible movie. It is. If you guys haven't seen it, you can watch it, but don't expect anything great out of it. It's meme worthy. That's about it. Yeah, we're going back to 2002. Firefly. Oh, The Time Machine. The one with Guy Pearce. The Majestic. I didn't mind The Majestic. I don't know why did it get such a low score? It's got Jim Carrey. It's got Martin Landau. I think this might have been Martin Landau's last appearance in film. Lara Croft Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. That was a good one. Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, Chicken Run, Titany, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Gladiator, Galaxy Quest. The Room, a cinematic masterpiece. Yeah, okay. Galaxy Quest is better Trek than Star Trek is now. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't even pay attention to anything that's new Star Trek. Why would I bother? Yeah, it's a waste of time, I think. If Paramount wants to know why they're leaking money like crazy, then just fire everyone that's involved with writing Star Trek and bring back the people that wrote for like Next Gen or Deep Space Nine. But until they do that, it's not going to have a successful show at all. Oh, Pokemon, the first movie. Starship Troopers. I don't know who wrote this. This is their synopsis for it. Humans in a fascist militaristic future wage war with giant alien bugs. Unpopular opinion, I wasn't a huge fan of TNG. Well, that's okay, Godzillionaire. Let's just stop at fire everyone, to be honest. Yeah, you, and you, get out, don't come back. Yeah, the most glorious of films. I remember when I watched the subtitled version of the first Pokemon movie, it hits hard because there's like, right in the first couple of scenes, there's like Pokemon dying from being experimented on. It's crazy. I think they might have cut that out for the American version. Perfect movie. Nothing has ever lived up to its greatness. Yeah. Because Verhoeven hated the book, thought he was making a parody, mocking it, but it turned out great. Yeah. So it was an accident. So to me, that's hilarious that somebody who didn't like it is like, oh yeah, I'm going to make it a parody, but it's not. So he succeeded by trying to fail, I guess. Fifth Element, Vegas Vacation, Space Jam. Here's a question for you, Godzillionaire. Did you like, gotta run? Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Godzillionaire. Cheers, everyone's favorite kaiju. And as Godzillionaire goes along his way, he's probably got a city to destroy. Pretty sure. Might be heading towards Tokyo. I don't know. So just keep an eye out for him. So yeah, there you go. Movies. I've seen my fair share. Not all of them are good. Not all of them are bad. Just middling, some of them. But, I can keep up my end of a conversation about movies. What I was talking about before was the people and actors and actresses from the 1930s, 1940s being involved in shows later on. In the modern shows, like 80s and 90s, that's a long time period from the 1940s to 1980s. So you got 40 years there. So they would be in their 60s, 70s, maybe. That evil book with its talk of civic responsibility, Starship Troopers film crew. Yes, Jake D. So where was it here? So I'm going to try to look and see for the old radio shows. So I already talked about Alan Young, who was Scrooge McDuck, but he also had his own show in the 1940s. And it was pretty funny, let me tell you. I've listened to a lot of episodes of it, and yeah, it was very enjoyable. And then, yeah, there was Archie. So if you ever watch Batman the Animated Series, the guy who did the voice of Commissioner Gordon, his name was Bob Hastings. He also played he did the voice of Archie Andrews in the 1940s when he was a young lad. Now that show, wow, that is an exercise in patience to listen to that show, because there's so much yelling and screaming and chaos going on. It's unbelievable sometimes. But just listening to Archie, Jughead, Veronica, Betty, that's a fun time. And then, what else was there? I want to say, everyone remembers Rankin Bass, don't you? Rankin Bass and the shows they put out in the 60s and 70s. You guys will know exactly what I'm talking about when I show it to you on screen here. See, here you go. You guys remember these shows. The Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus Coming to Town. They did a version of The Hobbit where I think it's a better adaptation than the ones that Peter Jackson did. Thundercats. So these guys, they did a bunch. And everyone should be familiar with those. Stop motion Rudolph excellence? Yes, Whoopa, exactly. So these guys got a lot of famous actors to do voices for them. Like Jimmy Durante. Jimmy Durante. He was the narrator for one of the, I think it was Frosty. Nah, not that one. So there's him. There was Bing Crosby. He got to do a voice from the narrator. I believe it was the mailman. Bing Crosby was a famous singer, obviously, back in the day. He sold lots of records. And there was Red Skelton. He played Father Time in Rudolph Shiny New Year. There he is. And he had his own radio show that went for quite a while. And he came up with a lot of iconic characters that back in the day people would just go crazy over. It was so much fun. We do need a Bumble Snow Monster. Because Bumbles bounce. So yeah, let's just having those famous actors, go through their radio days and come up and are doing television. That's great to see. And then listening to their old shows gets you, you try to enjoy and listening to their sense of humor and all that, and you recognize their voice, sound of their voices, and then you watch them in something else, and you're like, hey, I know that voice. That's that guy. Just kind of like with Mel Blanc, and everybody who has watched Warner Brothers cartoons knows Mel Blanc, voice of Bugs Bunny, all the other voices he came up with. He had his own show as well. I believe it only ran for a year, though. It was called The Mel Blanc Show, where he worked at his own little fix-it shop, and he'd always have run-ins with his girlfriend's father, who thought he was a ne'er-do-well, and he'd have his own helper in the shop there called Zuki, who was just sort of the stuttering Porky Pig style of voice he would do. So yeah, a lot of those guys got their own shows. Duty calls. You'll return if you're still live after the meeting finishes. All right, Whoopa, you have yourself a good one. Try not to work too hard, or at least don't get caught not working too hard. Try to fool them. Yeah, Rankin Bass. Those guys provided some good entertainment back in the day. Like I say, The Hobbit, if you can ever get your hands on or even watch this version of The Hobbit, I think you'll enjoy it. They've got some good music to go with it. Very memorable, and it pretty much sums up the whole Hobbit book. How long is it? I forget. Forget how long it is here. The Hobbit, 1977. Yeah. Anime by Topcraft, a defunct Japanese animation company whose workers rebranded into the famous Studio Ghibli. Really? The Hobbit is family-aimed adventure with unique animation and great voiceover. Yeah, they had some power hitters there. While some Tolkien scholars and fans lamented the infantilization of the source material and some creative changes, the animated special remains a fun take on the tale and an early foray into adapting Tolkien's work to the screen. Even though later efforts have eclipsed the classic work, Rankin Bass Animated Tale is still exciting adventures to treat to view. Yeah, I think so. I happen to have it on both VHS and DVD. Just because I know the VHS will eventually fade away. Yeah, let's look up here. Hobbit, 1877. It is. Come on, tell me how long it is here. an hour and 17 minutes. So there you go. It's not even that long, but it's well worth it. It's got Orson Bean as Baggins, John Huston as Gandalf the Grey, which he does a good voice of Gandalf the Grey. Hans Conried is Thorin Oakenshield. Hans Conried, he did the voice of Captain Hook in Disney's Peter Pan. And he was also on the Alan Young show with Alan Young. He was his he was his roommate. They shared a house together. So it was you can hear more of him if you like his style of comedy. He's quite bombastic, and he's got a good vocal range. But yeah, there's your connection to Alan Young. Hans Conried. All right. So, yeah, too bad no Trades Talk Tuesday, but I will have more pictures and videos of more of the machinery and stuff that's out there. I'll have to do that next on the 27th. We'll have a Trades Talk Tuesday in the evening, as I always do, where we can talk about the trades, because it's in my opinion that it's very important. Just as earlier on, as Brandon had said, and Blaine, that it's something that we need to concentrate on. And what do we got here? I'm just trying to look through. I think I have. Where is it? Right here. Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek as to one of the shorts I'm going to upload later on. And you guys tell me what you think. Okay. Hold it. I just have to get this shared. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. So there you see, there's a wrench. And we'll go like this. Okay, that was that view. Let's try this. Fortunately, every time I stop it, it goes away. I thought I'd try it from this angle. There we go. I'm trying to zoom out with my phone and then sort of like stand up. I don't know if that's better. That one got a little blurry. And I got one more to show you. That one stayed a little more in focus, a little better. And it's just showing the sizes of wrenches. You can go from like 1/4 inch size wrench up to the largest one that I have there at the shop, which is like 2 3/8. So that is quite the difference. But I'll put that out as a short and see what happens. What else? I haven't talked about my anime shows just yet. So a big season for shows for me. These this season has just been great as far as shows go. Like Bravern's a good mech show. You've got sort of the reluctant hero who has to operate Bravern, but other than that, they got to try to stop the invaders, the alien invaders, from coming in and taking over Earth. So it's up to our main character and Bravern to do that. Chain Soldier. I'm having fun watching Chain Soldier. It's pretty good. The women having the special abilities, and then the one who wants to become the Supreme Commander, her ability is to make anybody a slave. And this one guy wants to be a hero, so she makes him her slave. And he becomes really powerful and can help out a lot to defeat these invaders from another dimension, is what it is coming down to. So if they can do that, we're rooting for them to get themselves, some victory here. Delicious in Dungeon. I don't know how it could be 24 episodes long. Like, you're gonna survive the dungeon by killing the monsters and eating them. Well, okay, it's got its funny moments, that's for sure. But just killing monsters and eating them, they've got to do a little more with the story here. We've got to get going. His sister is trapped inside the belly of a dragon, so don't you think we'd have to hurry things up a bit? I mean, I hope they do. Dr. Elise, Royal Lady, a nice story of redemption. A young lady who was a terrible person in her previous life. When she dies, she is in the modern world as a doctor, and she's a very good doctor. But she dies again in an accident and gets put back in her old life. But she has her memories of being a doctor, and she wants to be better than she was before, and she wants to make up for all the bad things she did in her previous life. So it's a nice redemption story, but it also has people thinking they know better than her what's best for her in this life. So we'll have to wait and see what happens if their interference causes her not to be a doctor anymore. Frieren. What can I say about Frieren? It's great. Very well done. Very enjoyable. I don't usually give stuff a lot of praise, but this is a very good show. One I would recommend to people if you're in the mindset for it. Next up, Hokkaido Gals are super adorable. Yes, they are. It lives up to its title. It's a cute and funny show. So don't have to put too much thought into it. It's cute. It's funny. A lot of just verbal innuendo, and it's great, heartwarming. Isekai Onsen Paradise. So another world hot springs paradise. This show, very short, 3-minute episodes. So it's goofy. The guy goes around another world looking for hot springs. That's all there is to it. And everybody that comes close to him he's like, you better get in the hot spring. It's the law, Meiji Gekken 1874. Historical. Now I am having a good time watching this one because I do like historical stuff from Japan. It's just after the Boshin War. A lot of samurai are out of work now. They either have to take up, working with the Yakuza, or the one main character, he joins the police force. But pretty much they've been put on the back burner. And I do like the Japanese history, so I'm really digging this show. Metallic Rouge. Once again, this is a story. Androids that had helped humans repel an alien invasion. Once the invasion's over and been stopped, then they just have an excess of androids, and their people really don't want them around anymore. And this one android has been tasked. Her name is Rouge, obviously, and she's going to take down the Immortal Nine. But we're not quite sure why yet. Snack Basu, a very Japanese show. Japanese humor is in full effect. Some of the stuff might not understand. I know I don't understand it all, but it's a silly show. People that come to a snack bar to have a drink and sing some karaoke and flirt with the hostesses. That's what they do. The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. So the girl is the angel, the guy is the devil, and he's trying to recruit more people for hell. She is trying to stop him and exorcise any other demons along the way. And they start falling for each other. But they're both trying to resist. It's funny watching them try to seduce one another, and the other is trying to resist. It's great. It's pretty funny. The Strongest Tanks Labyrinth. So yeah, if you're into MMORPGs and you know what every group needs a tank when they're going to go into a dungeon or a labyrinth, and he takes all the damage, and so everyone else doesn't have to worry about it. So this guy is trying to take down the next labyrinth and to eventually find a wishing or a magical stone that he can make his sister better again because she's suffering from a terminal disease. That's his motivation. And the wrong way to use healing magic. This one, another isekai. 3 students get brought to another world where magic is very prevalent and used all the time. When they do their magic tests, the 2 of them have offensive magic, and our main character has healing magic, which is super rare. So he gets taken away to the healing core so that he can learn how to heal while on the battlefield. And the waiting for the battle to start, that's the hardest part, is just waiting for the battle that's inevitably going to happen between this kingdom and the demon lord's army. And before that happens, our main character's got to get trained up so he can be an excellent healer. But I don't think he's going to be ready for what's on the battlefield. When people are getting hacked and slashed and whatever else they do, I don't know if he's going to be able to take it. It's going to be quite the trauma for him, I'm sure. But we'll see how they're going to handle that. I'm very very excited for the newest episodes when they come out, because I am behind right now. I think behind in One Piece. That's fine. One Piece is a big one to get after. One behind in Meiji Gekken, behind in Hokkaido Gals, and behind in Foolish Angel. It's all right. I should be able to get those taken care of today. Then I'll be all caught up. But my week away from my computer, because I'm not taking my laptop with me, so I will fall behind again. But I am taking my Switch with me because I want to play some Switch games while I'm gone. So yeah, that's it for. Oh yeah, and I'm watching Gatchaman, but that's just in the mornings before I go to work. Watch an episode of Gatchaman. Now I watched 88 out of 105, so almost there. Just a little bit further to go. So yeah, after 2 years of doing this, still haven't figured out how that algorithm works on YouTube. Honestly, sometimes it seems like videos get no traction, and like any shorts I release are, they go get their views, and then all of a sudden they get chopped, like stopped in their tracks. I don't get it. I was hoping that something would give me a key as to how to deal with this algorithm, but nope. I mean, I suppose it's easy just to look up all the what do you call it? All the controversy, or all the stuff that Hollywood's doing and all that, and start making videos about how I dislike this and dislike that, and Disney's garbage and Warner Brothers is dumb and everything like that. But that gets tiring after a while. My mental health is more important than cutting down all these corporations. It's not that I like them. It's just I don't want to put the effort into doing stuff like that. There's better stuff to put my effort into, which is talking about things I like. I mean, let's do that instead. For sure. I mean, we can pick up we can just pick a random subject like cars. You know, cars are great. I love cars. So let's see here. Not a big electric car fan, but I sure do like gas-powered cars. They are so much fun to drive. And these auto driving cars, no thanks. I don't want to do auto driving cars. All I want is a nice, comfy car. Comfy, good ride, lots of power. You know, heated seats, heated steering wheel. If you don't have that stuff, once you try it, you're like, why didn't I get this before? Yeah, and there's some good cars out there. Let's see. Yeah, like the Duesenberg. Look at that. What a classy car. I like these old style cars. They're so nice. What was Edsel? It's too bad it failed, but the Edsel was a great car. Just hang on here. I don't care for Google search so much. I think what I'll go do is go here, go here. Just getting a better one here. That's better. That's the style I like right there. Edsel with the nice front there. Double lights. No, not that one. I like the one that has the... Oh, it doesn't have the wheel on the back. There's one that has the spare wheel on the back. That one is really nice. Let's see if we can find it here. Edsel Corsair, no. This was the one that had the push button transmission. Didn't work very well though. I think because the servos weren't very reliable, or so sometimes it wouldn't go into gear. But the push buttons on the were on the steering wheel. There's one there with the spare tire on the back. That's a nice looking one. Look at that. Color green, not bad. And it's a convertible. Big long trunk. To me, that's a nice looking car. Let's see what else they got here. Ooh, somebody really did a modification on that one. Nope. Got to be the 58. 59's just don't do it for me. The 58. 58's got that classic grill. And the 60 just, oh, that doesn't look nice at all. Yeah, there we are. The 58. Hard top looks nice. Don't care for the station wagon. Oh, there's one for sale. And apparently it's in Seattle. Don't care for the painting of the painted rims. Yeah, I don't think they had to do that. We got a little more exact here. 1958 Edsel citation. There's a slick looking one right there. That is they really put some nice work into that. Definitely not stock on that one. Yeah, one day it'd be nice to have one of these guys. Something to cruise around in. Oh, and you can get that just as a regular transmission. Didn't have to be push button. See if it pops up with the push button there. There you go. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low. So it was right on the steering wheel. It would work nowadays because of the advances we have in technology. Yeah, they call it the Teletouch drive. And it looks like they had a rotating speedometer as well. So if you look at this, as you drove, this thing would rotate and tell you your speed. That's pretty neat as well. Yeah, there we are. Another picture of the Teletouch drive. You have to train yourself not to hit that thing like the horn. Oh, there's another shot. Very small, though. These guys gotta... Well, maybe I just need to tell it that I want large only. There we go. Then when I click on them, boom. Still doesn't fill up the whole screen. But you can get a better shot of the push buttons, and at the back there is the rotating, revolving speedometer. There's a nice red one. I would definitely drive that guy. Back seat. Oh, looks like that's a nice upholstery job there. Two-tone color, red and white. Yeah, that would be all right. Go cruising in that, no problem. Can I get any? There we go. Oh. Got big switches there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there, they've got the lights, park and drive, courtesy lamps, blower, wiper, lighter, your basic radio, looks like just AM. In your gauge cluster, you've got a clock, and it looks like what settings you're having for your heating, heat, air. I think that says defrost. And oh, it's even got a compass in there and your fuel gauge. Very nice. What a nice looking vehicle that is. And it's got the horn here on this this metal bar. That's what you hit when you want for the horn. There's quite a nice dark interior right there. Can't zoom in too close. Very nice. Yeah, so that would be my dream car to just cruise around in. Get myself a nice Edsel. Oh, what's this? Another oops. There it is. Reverse neutral, drive second, first. Oh, okay, another push button transmission. Don't know if it's from an Edsel, but it's not on the steering wheel. Just off to the side. Okay, it's the back seat. The upholstery matches the back seat and the front seat. Very nice. Mercury push button controls. Ooh. Neutral start, brake release. What's that say? Hill control, reverse, and drive. Okay, there you go. That's something that other people have tried as well, it looks like. Just a shot of the engine. Nice clean looking engine bay. The air filter on top, the old round style air filter. I don't think you'll see much of those ever anymore. Well, as you guys must know, that I do play some games from time. I'm all about the retro games. A lot of them have been missed. People haven't. Everybody's so concentrated on what's going on, like was mentioned earlier with the AAA games and all that. But don't forget, there's so many that's come before that have been missed by people because they just either didn't live through it or they just never thought of give it some any thought. You know, like I do like to play my retro games, as it were. And there's so much out there to try. Stuff you've never even seen before. Oh, like Brandon was saying before, Super Mario Brothers 2, the reskin. That was Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic. And yeah, and I'm gonna fire it up here just so you guys can see. Let's see what we can do here. Do this and this. Oh, that doesn't like it. No, that's not what it's supposed to do. There we go. This is the beginning of Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, where the kids got pulled into that book. Yeah, they got pulled into that book. Oh, no. Music's the same. Sound effects are a little different. Oop. So yeah, some of the sound effects are the same. That was a lamp, not a mushroom. Or okay, you got that. Oop. Yeah, in the Mario version, that wasn't a magic lamp. That was a potion. That's what it was. Yeah, I've changed a few assets here and there. One thing I've got to say is that the waterfall runs a little quicker. It's a little smoother. Okay. It's an extra man. That was supposed to be a turtle shell, but isn't. Yeah, the waterfall looks it's a little more smooth. Oh, thought I could get it from up here. Oh well. Stop time. Oh, yeah, that wasn't good. Come on now. Aha. Different sound. They're not bird faces. Okay, no bonus. Oh, you don't get to pick who for the next level. Oop, there we go. Spare guy. Here's that. least get 1 coin out of there. Well, the coin sounds the same. Oh, right. We go in here, grab this key. Mask doesn't even move like the other one did on the other game. But here it comes after me now. Oh. Got him. Took the bomb in the face. That's all right. Nope. Gotcha. Give me a second here. I just gotta grab this, pull it over here. Happy 2nd year. Thanks there, AC. Nice to see you. It's probably late where you are. I know I picked quite the time to go on, but yeah, it was what I thought would be best. Yeah, DJ. Doki Doki Panic. You got her. Gotcha. Yeah, if you guys want to hop on, if you're able to, I've got the link up in the top of the chat. So you guys see how this game is, right? What I can do is, oh no, I think I'm okay. Ah, darn it. Wanted to get by him. I think this game was made for some kind of Fuji Expo. Okay. I wasn't sure why it was made. Down the hill. There you go. Got him. Like this. Oh, I'm too far over. I thought for sure I'd be close. Take that. Oh, no. No mushroom? Oh. In the wrong spot. Ah, jumped right on it. Yeah, the princess can float. Exactly. Jumped right over it. Oh, nothing here. Not even giving me coins either. Okay. Actually, I'm close to the end anyway, so. One more. Oh, got one. One up. Another one. Yeah, it doesn't let you pick. Doesn't let you pick between levels. Ah. All right, so I just want to switch things up a bit because we were talking about the first like remake, remaster, and I swear it's Mario Brothers for the Super Nintendo, because they took their first three games and they remastered them. They made them did oh, come on. So even like the very first game, we were playing Super Mario 2. You get to pick your player. I'll pick Mario. Why not? But even falling out of the sky, there's clouds now. Oh. Everything has a little more shading to it. A lot more background details you can see. More trees. Gotcha. Yeah, ocean, not a genie lamp. Yeah, All Stars version, DJ, for sure. Gotcha. Waterfall's a little slower. You can actually see the logs rolling, so that's all right. Oh, a bomb. Yeah, and there's the shell. It wasn't a shell in the original game. I believe this door wasn't closed. Just opening in the original game. Okay, there's not a way to get up there. Once again, the water is falling kind of slow. I'd like to have seen it a little more, a little quicker, a little smoother than that. It is a nice jungle. At least the shells are vacated. Yeah. Ah, there it is. Oh, stop time. Okay, why not? I hope I didn't leave that heart behind. Yeah, I guess I did. Well, I don't know if anybody can think of another game that was remade so early on as Super Mario Brothers. Here we go. That's right, DJ Birdo. Okay, there we go. 2 cherries. Nice. Don't gamble, kids. Oh, here we go. 2 cherries. Hey, yeah, they don't. So pick Princess Peach. That's DJ's favorite. But yeah, in between the levels we can pick, whereas in the other game they can't. Once you've picked somebody, you can't pick between levels. Oh, okay, that wasn't a very good jump. Down here. And extra man. You can see sort of the outside trees and everything, even from inside the pot. And down here, these guys' masks look a lot meaner and they're going to start moving. Whereas in the other game, they didn't move when you picked it up and didn't leave the pot yet. Oops. That wasn't very good at all. Yeah, and after you die, you get to choose. The other game, you didn't. Yeah, Toad does dig faster. Yep. Mario 2 is your favorite? Hey, right on. Yeah, Brandon. Brandon came on earlier and he's just like, I hate Super Mario 3. Thought that was funny. The lost levels, man, these are so hard. He hates it because he didn't finish it. He couldn't beat it. Oops. There we go. Right off the bat, clouds don't look like the grass like in the original. Remember, in the original, they had to use, because of their space limitations, they had to use the same asset for the grass and the clouds, just a different color. Grass was green, clouds were white, but they were the same shape. It was the same asset. They just reused it so it wouldn't take up a lot of space. This one, you have little hills in the background. You have like widespread clouds. The grass even moves. Should be one there. Yep. Oh, that was bad. There we go. Brandon shouldn't have got a Game Genie. There we go. And he stops at the end and gives the old peace sign, like for victory, or V for victory, if you will. That wasn't in the original game. So compare this to the old game, the original game. The ball has texture now behind you. Obviously, the music chip is doing a good job of sounds and the music. Ooh. And there's like little lanterns on the wall. Down here, you've got a picture of Mario. Try to clear it out a bit better. Oh. And then right here is the last one that's got a coin block. And I could go to the warp pipes, but I'll just go to the next level. Right off the bat, you could see in the background waterfalls. Those guys. Oh, didn't jump in time. At the main boss castle. So here we go. Lots of fire. All right. See if I can take him down with some fireballs. Yep. And it was just a Goomba disguised as Bowser. In the background, you can see the windows. There's a railing, probably like a catwalk or something. There should be a block. There it is. I don't know every secret, that's for sure. Oh, gotta get some speed to make that jump. Oh, and shrank all the way back down. Not even just losing my firepower, but getting shrunken down all the way. That's a bummer. You got her, DJ. Oh yes, swimming in the water. You can see the effects that they use for the for making everything look wavy in the background. That wasn't in the original game. Bloopers or the bloopers. I think they're a little bit of a shade of pink now, not just solid white. There's the Cheep Cheeps. Oh, Oh, made it through that. Not bad for not playing on with a controller. It's just a just keyboard for this guy. Those of you still hanging in there, appreciate it. Sure, do yourself a favor if you haven't. Just about died there. Haven't subscribed to either DJ Ronnie G or Angry Canadian, you might want to give it a try. And also Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner and Brandon. Some guys, these are some guys that have some really good content in there. You can really really have a good time tuning in. Do some quality work. I'm hoping myself and AC can get together for some not only Red versus Blue, but for some music, video game music. I have an idea. I'm gonna send you a DM there, AC. I'll see what you think about my idea. You wish you could join me. Your coworkers here till 6. Oh yeah. Okay, DJ. Oh boy, made it. Oof. Okay, so he's still breathing fire this way. Oh. See if I can. Okay, so he was a Koopa Troopa that time, dressed up as Bowser. There we go. So that's what they did for the remake of Super Mario Brothers, which was, I think, one of the very first ones. And it's very enjoyable. They sure did a good job. All right, well, been going at it for quite a while now. We've covered a lot of topics, had quite a few people on. This was fun stuff. So, yes, 2 years. So after 2 years, still going at it strong. Gonna keep going. We'll see what happens. In the future, I hope to have more guests on for my trades talk. I would like to see a few more people in the trades come on, and I like to do some interviews with them. I'm going to be reaching out. Maybe not right away. March might be a crazy month, so with a mini shutdown, so I'll have to do that. But I'm hoping in April, I'm going to try to reach out to a few guys on YouTube and see if they'll come on the show, and we'll have a good old time charting their course that they made to be in the trades. And hopefully it'll inspire some people. Get out there and give it a shot. Nothing wrong with it. You don't know unless you try. That's what the trades part of it. With the anime part, I'm gonna keep thinking up different themes for every month. Hopefully I don't run out of themes, but if I do, I can always circle around and find some more different shows. There is so much out there. Blaine was right earlier. He said there is so much out there that every one of us on here couldn't cover it all if we tried. It'd be very difficult. So I'm hoping to show people some more obscure anime, some stuff that they might not know about, and hopefully they'll enjoy it. And as far as the games go, I'll always be a gamer. I've been a gamer for a lot of years. And catching up on games that I didn't have time to play or didn't know about at the time, either because I didn't have the hardware, which is a lot of the portable games. I just didn't have a portable game player. No Game Boy Color, no Sega Nomad or Game Gear. Nothing like that. So being able to play those now, that's great. So I will keep doing that. Switching it up, different genres, going from shooters to RPGs to action games and adventure games. I haven't done any driving games yet. Maybe I'll do one of those and see how that works out. I know there's some pretty fun driving games out there, and not just Mario Kart. So I'm going to try to branch out a bit for the gaming, and hopefully you guys will come along for the ride. See what I did there? Driving games, come along for the ride. These are the jokes, folks. Thanks, I'm here all week. Anyway, we're coming up to 3 hours, 20 minutes. I think I'm going to start wrapping her up here. This was a good celebration. I'm glad that you guys were able to come out. I'm very lucky to know the people that I do. All you guys out there, you know who you are. Brandon, Blaine, DJ, AC. I'm always whenever I show up in you guys' chat or whatever, I'm always warmly welcomed, which is great. It makes me feel great. Here are these guys. They're like, hey, Pop's here, how you doing, right? And all that kind of stuff. So that's nice. It's nice to be known in our little YouTube sphere as it is. So hopefully I can get more of that, branch out, talk to more people, enjoy more stuff that they're creating. Hopefully they will come and enjoy stuff I'm creating. It's just a good old time. It's all for fun. For me, anyways. I know some people do it for their livelihood, like WDW Pro. That poor guy, he got demonetized for absolutely no reason. I think he's targeted, and I hope the best for him, that he is able to come out on the other end in good shape. It's not good when you have a big platform that just cuts you off without any reason, warning, or anything like that. So that's why it's always good to not put all your eggs in one basket. Pick different places to stream to. Try to build up your fan base there. I'm sure the people from one fan base will follow you to the next platform, especially if it's not very hard to do. So that's my advice. Just try to diversify. It's you should be able to survive that way. Yeah, DJ, thumbs up for the turtles. We all like those turtles. And you and I will have to get together. Maybe, well, I'll see how it goes. Maybe next Monday we can have a finish off our Macross chat. If you want, we can do it on my channel. You know, we'll sort things out though, where we want what we want to cover and all that kind of good stuff. And hopefully, you know, people will come by because Macross needs more love. There needs to be more spreading of the word of Macross, because it's a good show. It's very well done, and people need to know more about it. No thanks to Harmony Gold, who stifled everything since 1990. Yeah, pretty much since 1994 to have anything come over here. But I won't get off on that rant. That's for another time. Oh, thanks, AC. Yeah, man. I wish they could have had you on too. Like, we'll get our time zones fixed up where we can both be available, and you know, geez, I'm not even sure what time it is for you there. It's probably like early in the morning or something, isn't it? Isn't it like 3 in the morning or something? Like that's crazy. All right, freaking time zones. Yeah, DJ, we'll reconvene for Macross for sure, and I hope a lot of other people will join us. They can learn about the greatness that is Macross, because I'm not through talking about it. Oh, it's 7:30 in the morning. Okay, yeah, there you go. Waking up. Yeah, oh, that's less than our time zones. Yeah, you and I got to get together for a collab too, AC. Maybe this is I'll try to make it the year of the collab. See if I can't collab with a few people on a few things. We'll try to make the next year even better than the first two were. First one, obviously, very shaky, not sure how to do things. Kind of just, you know, learning to walk. Second year, things come a little bit easier. You're starting to know more people. More people are starting to know you. You know, getting to see who has the same interests as you, and you can share stuff with them. And yeah, year 3. I mean, bring it on. I'm ready for it. I hope you guys are too. I'm gonna try to keep getting better and better. Third year, I'm coming to Japan. You know what? It's on the agenda. I do want to go to Japan. It'll have to be after we're going to be moving houses. So I'm thinking hopefully October, take a trip to Japan. And yeah, I'm going to meet you in person, AC. That's my goal. Meet you face to face, and we'll party down in Japan, drink some sake, go get some gachas, have lots of good food, because I am all about having good food. So yeah, it's on my plan. Yeah, you have a good one there, buddy. I'll definitely, we'll chat soon, of course. And DJ, glad you were able to come out. Everybody that came out, hey, I really appreciate you coming out. Like all my buddies, like you know, Alex Moore, Blaine, of course, David Glenn, Godzillionaire, Mike from Pacific 414. It's always good to see Mike show up. He was the one that actually helped me get into wanting to be on YouTube to begin with. I was a guest on his show, and it gave me the bug to go and start broadcasting. Like I was like, wow, this is great. I like this. And so thanks, Mike. I really owe you. Whoopa Troopa and Jake D, my fellow Whoopstotskins. You know, you guys have been fun to play around with, especially on Lethal Company. Have a fun time with that one. Whoop is always great. You too, Jake D. You're a good man. National Lampoon's Japanese Vacation. You know what? We'll make it happen. Hopefully I don't like throw my beret off the top of Tokyo Tower and a dog jumps after it, but we'll have to see how that goes. I'll probably get isekai'd by Truck-kun into another world. But yeah, it's been great. I really appreciate you guys. Like I'm grateful. Without any of you guys watching, listening, I'm not much of anything. Just some guy yelling into a microphone. But it's you guys that help. All the watchers, the lurkers, the listeners on all the platforms. You know, it's great. It's great. I'm grateful for you guys. I have to be. You have to have some gratitude, otherwise, not good things won't come to you unless you're grateful for what you have. So, always trying to be grateful. So yeah, it's about that time, everybody. I'm gonna wrap it up. Just want to say thanks very much to everybody. You guys are awesome. I am going to relax, take a break, and get ready for my trip tomorrow. I have to pack my bags, pack my Switch. So until next time, everyone, which will probably be on Saturday, the 24th, where it'll be the game stream. I have been Pop Culture Mechanic, and I am signing off.